How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to be doing an overall market update, taking a look at the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. We're also going to be doing a trading update, talking about what I personally did today in the stock market, as well as some stocks and ETFs that I'm watching and looking to trade right now in the beginning of February and for the next couple of weeks here in 2020. And like you all read in the title, I also want to go over Tesla stock in particular, go over some interesting statistics regarding the short selling side of Tesla and kind of why it's been going crazy over these past couple of days. And in particular today, guys, I thought the break above 600 was crazy. I was mistaken. The break above 700 and 750 was much crazier than that. So I want to just go over my opinions just around Tesla, and again, a bunch of other stocks. We'll also talk about Google earnings in this video. So sit back, relax, hit that like button if you do find value in this video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see further content from me. And if you guys actually want 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $1,400, I have an affiliate link down below in the description box where if you just put $100 into the account using my link, you get those 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And again, that is down below in the description box. So let's break down the S&P 500 first and foremost here, like we always do throughout these market updates. And today the S&P was up $23.40, up 0.73%. So a very, very strong green day here for the S&P, considering all of the craziness that's been going on revolving around the coronavirus, which we'll talk about here in a couple minutes, honestly in a couple seconds, regarding to what the update is surrounding that. And it's just been a good day, honestly. But the thing is, guys, overall, this is just a rebound. This is just a rebound to the craziness that's been going on. The downtrend, as a matter of fact, is still intact. Take a look at this 20-day 1-hour chart. We hit 33.37 all-time high. We dropped down to about 32.87. We tried to recover a bit, but ultimately dropped down to about 32.40. And then take a look at this. We saw a nice, healthy push up here from about 32.43 up to about 32.90 of about 50 points. And take a look. We actually got rejected there by that 50 SMA. Sold off. Tried to break the 50 SMA yet again. Failed. Sold off, which was this previous sell-off on Friday. And now on Monday, we're bouncing up. And where are we struggling, guys? Yes, under that 50 SMA on this hourly chart. So the downtrend is still intact. And for me, really to fully go long in this market right now, although I already am long in terms of obviously long-term investments and a couple swing trades I'm in, but for me to go 100% long, I'd need to see some sort of break for the S&P above that 50 SMA and especially above this 180 SMA on this hourly chart into maybe the 3280 level, 3290. That's kind of what I'm looking for here, in terms of the S&P 500. And you may look at the S&P and be like, that's a pretty good day, 0.73%. And compared to China, guys, that is a fantastic day, because in Asia, the Shanghai Composite Index closed 7.7% lower in its steepest drop since August 2015, with many stocks dropping by the maximum 10% that is allowed. So there's a cap over there in China. Many stocks, they dropped that 10%. And mind you, the markets over there in China, mainland investors, they haven't been able to trade ever since January 23rd. So the markets there have been closed about 8 to 9 days due to the Lunar New Year. So that, that's something to really show you the fear in these Chinese investors. They couldn't trade for these past couple of days, and the moment the market opens, they sell out, they panic sell. These markets are tanking by 10%. A lot of the stocks, rather, are tanking by 10%. The market 7.7% down. That is pretty insane, guys. So, regarding the coronavirus, it's obviously spreading a lot of fear that's killing the Chinese markets, and it's spreading into other markets, including the United States markets, obviously, like we talked about here over the past couple of minutes. And the death toll was in the hundreds last week. It climbed to the 200s, and as of now, the most recent news that I've gotten, at least, I'm sure it's changed while you're watching this video, but as of now, 17,400 cases have been confirmed, and the death toll just passed 360. And I believe in the last update video, there were 8 cases in the United States. Now there's either 11 or 12, again, since the last that I've checked the news. So this thing is rapidly spreading. Again, it's in 25 plus countries at this point. They tried to contain it in the epicenter over in Wuhan, China, but 5 million people were able to get out. And those 5 million people, they maybe have gone to New York. They maybe have gone to Europe. They maybe went to Australia. Who knows? They went somewhere, and many of these people, maybe not many of them, but a small percentage of them contained this virus, and that's how it's spreading, guys. So definitely still worth watching this. Of course, this virus is still fresh. It's currently happening right now. It has not been contained, so there's definitely going to be more rockiness in this stock market. And to be honest, based off these technicals here, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to maybe sell off a little bit more, which is why you'll see in a couple of minutes here, I didn't do much today in terms of trading. I'm still sitting on a lot of cash due to the possibility of that happening, right? Due to the possibility of these markets maybe dumping off due to the technicals we're seeing here on this hourly chart. So now let's go to the NASDAQ. Let's talk about the NASDAQ very quickly, what it did today. It ended up going up 122 points, according to Yahoo Finance here, up 1.34%, which is incredible. And you guys can see after hours here, we're actually down about 9 points, down 0.1%, but that's nothing considering, again, we went up 1.3%. Take a look at this rally here on the NASDAQ from pretty much 9:30 a.m. when the market opened here on the East Coast up to about 10:30 a.m. It went up nearly 100 points, which is insanity. So on the 4-hour chart, NASDAQ uptrend is still continuing, but this worries me a bit due to it being in this kind of a wedge. You guys can see it, right? Lower highs at the same time as higher lows, putting us in this funky spot. So that's kind of what I'm watching on this NASDAQ. Which direction are we going to pick? So over to the Dow Jones now, up 143 points on the day. We're holding that 4-hour SMA, 180 SMA to be exact, and that general $28,100 to $200 level of support. So that's a good sign here, at least on a longer-term basis on the Dow Jones. But if we kind of go into the smaller time frames here, let's go to that 5-day, 5-minute. We can see still downtrending, still making lower lows, lower highs in the short term. And going over to this hourly chart, just like the S&P, it's still trending below the major moving averages, being the 180 and that 50 SMA. So this worries me. I'll be honest, guys. We're not full on reversing quite yet, just because we had a green day today. And again, these futures are trending down as I'm recording this video 2 hours after the market closed, which could signal to some further selling, obviously after market, which could trickle into tomorrow's session, which again is why I'm heavier cash right now than normal, right? Than I normally am. And that's just me being completely honest with you guys. So overall, that's kind of it for the market update. As of right now, that is what the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ's looking like. Kind of an update there to the coronavirus and what's going on with the Chinese markets. Definitely keep an eye on this stuff, guys, because as of now, it's definitely affecting the market. There's definitely volatility, and I don't really see it stopping, at least in the very short term here in the next 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. Who knows when it's going to stop, right? So let me know down below in the comments section, what are your thoughts on the markets? Are you long? Are you short right now? I would love to know what you guys have to think. So to transition into the trading portion of this video, the trading update portion of this video, like I said, guys, I didn't really do much. I am long in a couple stocks in terms of my swing portfolio, right? So I'm not in anything, like I mentioned, but I didn't really deploy any new capital per se today. I did buy a little bit more NEO stock, which it's not in my swing portfolio. It's in one of my longer term accounts. I bought a little bit of NEO stock today at about $3 and I believe like 96, maybe 98 cents, right around there. Nothing crazy, guys. You know, I bought, what was it, like 75 shares, maybe 50. It's really nothing, like 150, 200 bucks, nothing crazy. And the way that I've been viewing NEO over these past couple months that I've been buying it is just buying small chunks. And when it dips, and it's dipped a sizable amount here since that 570 peak, buy a little bit more, right? And that's kind of how I've been doing it. This is my spec stock again, but you know, as my overall account grows, I have to add to my spec positions so they don't get left out in a way, right? So they don't get too small in my portfolio. I don't want them to get too big, but I also don't want them to get too small. So I do add a little bit to them every couple of weeks. And you guys know, again, I first bought NEO at around $5, bought a little bit more, $3, bought heavily at around $2 down here, bought a little bit on the comeback here at about $2, $3 again, and bought a couple times around here at around $3, $4. So right now, my position may be built out for the short term. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what I'm rocking with right now with NEO. Not too much, but I do have some shares there. I do have some shares and some swing positions here that I do own that did well today. Uber up 3.58%. And this is another reason why I didn't add too much or really add anything at all to my swing positions, because a lot of them did well today. A lot of them were green, so I didn't really want to force anything. You know, another one that I'm in right now is Netflix. This one was up around the same as Uber, 3.74%. It tested 360 today. Didn't lock in profits because honestly I think there could be another leg up here, but Netflix is one that I've been buying since around 345, 346, and I do have a nice little cushion built in it already. So overall, guys, that is what I'm doing. Bought a little bit of NEO, sitting on Uber, Netflix. Want to add more to both of these positions, maybe lock in profits if they do see another leg up maybe some point this week. And I'd love to know what you guys have to think about that down below in the comments section. Don't be shy. Let me know your thoughts. Now, let's get into the bread and butter of this video, what you guys probably want to hear about, and that is Tesla. And oh my God, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I thought 600 was a big break, right? We were waiting for earnings. I said, and we all really kind of agreed on this, that for their stock to go up past 600, their earnings would have to be pretty solid. So yeah, their earnings were solid. The stock crushed 600. I was shocked. And this morning, we broke above 700, and that just blew my mind. The stock, it closed up 20% today, guys, up $130 in a day. Just to think that a couple months ago the stock was only $176, and now it went up nearly that amount in just one day of trading. You know, that's just insane. So what we're seeing here, guys, on Tesla, you know, it's a short squeeze. It's a short squeeze. We saw a huge price target lift on Tesla on Friday, and quite honestly, we've been seeing these a lot from analysts. I believe we got another one today. I forget who it was, but some maybe ARK Investments. No, that's the one that I'm looking at here in my notes. That's a different one, a different person, or rather analyst company, whatever. They raised it to 800, and this person at ARK Investments said by 2024 Tesla shares could be 7,000. Yes, you heard me right, $7,000. And the firm says there's a 25% chance. Get this, guys. I don't even know if this is humanly possible. But there's a 25% chance, and it is humanly possible if it does get to a couple $1 trillion market cap, but 25% chance that shares trade above $15,000 by 2024. That's another 15,000% increase, not 15,000, 1,500 nearly percent increase, 2,000% increase from where the stocks are currently, or where the stock's currently trading right now, which is insane. And with this rally that we've seen in Tesla, this rise has been the best 5-day stretch since its rally in May of 2013, so nearly 7 years ago, when the company posted its first ever quarterly profit. So, like I said, sure, a lot of things are going on that are great for Tesla. We cannot deny that. Analysts are raising their targets left and right. Sure, a lot of people are shorting it and cutting their targets. Not a lot, but some people are cutting their targets, and that's good, right? Earnings have been great. Everything's been gravy, but the truth is, guys, Tesla stock is the most heavily shorted stock in the United States stock market, right? There are currently 15, this is a number here from my notes, guys, $15.86 billion in short interest against Tesla. That's 18.22% of available tradable shares. So out of the tradable shares out there in the stock market, shares outstanding, roughly 18% of those are short, right? People are short selling the stock, 18.22%, making it, again, the most shorted U.S. traded company. And the other two, for those of you guys that are curious, I have those listed here, are Apple and Microsoft. So Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, they're the three most shorted stocks as of right now. And to just give you the magnitude of kind of the amount that short sellers lost today, roughly $2.5 billion have been lost today just from covering, shorts here. And in 2020, $5.8 billion have been lost. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, guys. This is a short squeeze, right? People are, well, not people, that's too general. Shorts. Not the longs. The longs, trust me, the longs, they're having a good time here. The shorts are freaking out because when you're short a stock, you don't want it to go up. You want the stock to go down, and when it goes up, you're losing a ridiculous amount of money. And when a stock goes up in general, there's just a lot of momentum, especially when there's hype behind a stock. So think about this. There's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of buyers, there's a lot of energy in the stock going up. And short sellers, on the other hand, they need the stock to go down, but they're forced to cover their shorts, which in turn, they're just buying the stock back, pushing the stock up even more, which forces even more shorts to cover. And then what do we see? This massive squeeze where it's just going up. It's just going up like crazy. And this has been happening over the past couple of weeks. You can just see on specific days where the stock, not saying that every one of these days is a short squeeze, but you can just see that the stock just it's like a rocket ship. It's like a spaceship just going straight up. Once was here, right? This was after their earnings. Not saying that could be a short squeeze, to be honest, but this definitely, in my opinion, was a short squeeze today. And honestly, this can continue. And you guys saw in the title, am I selling my Tesla shares? No, I'm not. I'm in this for the long term. Do I think it's going to 15,000? That's insanely optimistic. I don't think it's going to 15,000, to be honest, guys. But do I think it could go to maybe... Well, I'm not going to say I don't think it's going there, because that's just being kind of negative. Maybe it can go there. It can go there. But realistically, I think it has a chance to go to maybe 2,000, 3,000, which is why at this point, as a long-term position, I'm not looking to sell out. And I've been accumulating these shares in my long account here, not in my swing account, but in my long account, in the, maybe not the 170s, that would be amazing, but in the 350s, a little bit 300, 250. I believe I bought a little lower 200s, but in general, I'm in around the 250, 275, 300, that general area. And with the buffer that I've built, in the stock here, I feel comfortable. So I'm not selling out of these shares anytime soon, and I'm not buying anymore. I'm just enjoying the ride right now. I'm enjoying just watching these short sellers just continuing to cover and freak out, because it's kind of fun when you're long a stock, and obviously it's long versus short. So whichever side of the battle wins at the end of the day kind of laughs at the other side. Let's say Tesla were to dump down to $10 like people were saying on the short side. The shorts would be ridiculing all of the longs right now. Like, come on, you guys know that. So that's kind of it for Tesla right now. Not to go too crazy into it, but that's kind of the amount short, percentage-wise, dollar-wise, how much people have lost, and just why I think, and many others agree, that the stock has been killing it here recently. So a couple other ones we kind of already talked about, Netflix, but Netflix is one that I'm looking to add more. Maybe around $360, which is a key resistance here. Apple, guys, actually did not do too well today. Ticker symbol AAPL, down about 85 cents, down 0.27%, with the markets in general doing quite well. So Apple, I'm just looking at this 4-hour 180 SMA. I think if we get to $300, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, that could open up an opportunity if you're looking to buy some on the dip here. It could be an opportunity, I think, and I'm definitely watching it, because just judging off the past 6 months, every time Apple has seen some sort of a little pull down, it's rallied from there. But sure, if we get some sort of recession, if we get some sort of awful earnings report from Apple, that could change very quickly, but I'm just talking about from recent history what has happened. So Google, they reported earnings, guys, and they're not doing too well here after hours. The stock actually dumped. They reported Q4 EPS of $15.35 versus the $12.53 estimated. And revenue, well, the EPS was fantastic. That's great. They killed EPS. But revenue here, it came a bit soft. $46.075 billion versus $46.94 billion. So they lost a little bit. They didn't lose, actually. They came a little bit short versus the analysts' expectations. And that is why, just to sum it up here, really the initial reaction of the stock was 1520, and then boom, 1400. The big sell-off came, and now, we're holding that 4-hour 180 SMA, kind of similar to Apple here, and Google could open up an opportunity, in my opinion, here. Short-term, a little dip to 1400, maybe 1390. That could open up a nice dip entry, which, similar to Apple, this thing, man, it dips every now and then, and every time it does, you regret not buying it if, you look back and you're like, crap, it dipped. Now it's rallying all the way back up. Not saying that it's going to rally all the way back up again. I'm just judging again based off recent history. Every dip has proven to be, a nice buy entry here for Google. So Square is another one that I'm kicking myself here, guys, because I was buying Square a couple days ago, sold it way too early. But hindsight's 2020. You can't get down on yourself. You can't complain about that. Although I battle with it. Everybody battles with it. But all you can do is re-enter a stock when the opportunity is right. One mistake is you get out of a stock a little bit too early, then it rallies another 10%, and then you get FOMO, then you hop in at the top. That is a mistake. That's what you have to avoid. That's what I fell into, a trap I fell into a lot when I was first trading. But now I realize, this thing rallied. I missed out on a lot of this, but I'm not buying it here, guys. If it pulls down maybe to $78 again, maybe I'd consider buying a little bit. Maybe if it pulled down to 77, I'd definitely consider buying it. But as of now, it's a bit overbought, and I'd like to see some sort of correction. But either way, a very, very, very hot performance today for Square. Uber, again, we mentioned this one already, but Uber is one that I'm watching for a key break here, guys, above $38.50. Watch crude oil as well here. Crude oil has just been slaughtered, guys. Down 34 cents right now, down 0.7%. It crushed the $53 level of support, now trading down into the $49 level. And I saw an article today, crude oil officially in a bear market. And for something to be officially in a bear market, it has to exceed a 20% drop. So let's do the test here, guys. This is live action. This is down 23% from the peak. So yes, indeed, crude oil is in a bear market. And what could we trade? DWT. DWT here goes up whenever crude oil is going down at a 3x rate. So this could be a very good option if you're looking to short crude oil. NEO stock, mentioned it already, but I'm looking at it here, guys, especially as it's holding the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Bought a little bit today at 398. Again, been averaging in for a long time here, and I just love this stock as a spec play. It's not one of my core holdings that I have full-on faith for the long term for my future generations of wealth. No, I know there's a big chance it can go bankrupt, but I also know there's a good chance that it could be a 10-bagger, 20-bagger, who knows, which is why I want to hold it as a spec play. So the last three here that I'm watching, Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. This industrial company has been getting crushed here, guys. From 150 was kind of the peak for about a couple months, down to about $130 now. Very oversold. Am I saying that there's an opportunity for this to full-on reverse? There is, but there's also opportunity for it to fall further, which honestly, in terms of a swing basis, I wouldn't be interested in buying it until it bottomed out, let's say, at about 120. But let's say in the short term it holds 130, I can see something like this happening where it could trade from 130 up maybe to about 140. That could be a bounce back play there before maybe Caterpillar continues the downtrend due to overall these industrial companies hurt from the trade war and just the tensions between the USA and China. So I'm watching Caterpillar. Microsoft is another one, ticker symbol MSFT. Did this hit an all-time high today? It seems like it hit an all-time high today, $174. Actually, no, it did not. All-time high is $176, but it seems like it could maybe hit an all-time high tomorrow if these markets bounce back up. And overall, guys, Microsoft's just worth watching. They killed EPS. They killed revenue a couple days ago when they reported earnings, and today they were up 2.5%, and it's another one of those stocks where it seems like every dip has been a good opportunity to buy. And AMD, the last one, Advanced Micro Devices, this one might be might offer a lot more potential if it goes back to 52, then a lot of these, maybe Microsoft's, Apple, due to them already being very close to their all-time highs. AMD is still about $4 or $5 shy, giving it around a 10% potential back up to the all-time high from the current level that it's at. So I'm watching that 180 SMA. support here. One thing that's a bit worrisome is if we do break and do something like this, guys, that's a head and shoulder pattern in the making, right? That's a bearish pattern. We can maybe go down to $41, $42 at that point. And that's kind of just what I'm thinking. So overall, that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to go down below, hit that like button, consider subscribing if you want to see further content from me, and let me know down below in the comments section what are your thoughts on these individual stocks. And don't forget to claim your 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $1,400 with a deposit of $100 into your account, and that is linked down below in the description box. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks again for watching. As always, peace out.